We have a perspective from CMB on their economic projections for the island in 2014. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, pale white produce that is equally as healthy as the colorful ones. And a one-of-a-kind expo put together by children will be on display at Fort Zoutman on Batiko Day. 15 on 15 starts right now. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. 2 weeks ago, we aired an interview with Pierre Raffini, the director of RBC. Pierre was straightforward with how he felt 2013 was for Aruba, economically speaking, as well with how things are financially for this year. He made it clear due to the election last year, the commercial sector held off on investing altogether. And for the new year, due to the government being in a deficit, we can expect increased taxes or levies that will indirectly or directly impact consumer spending. With that being said though, Javier Walter, the managing director of CMB, feels differently. Take a look.
Well, for 2013, the bank and Aruba too, we experienced a good year, right? A good year. And going into 2014, right? We expect another good year, a better year in a way of speaking. Part of the reason is that, you know, in the past years, we have built up a foundation, especially on the tourist sector, right? Which is growing. And that growth can even be bigger. And that's helping a lot the economy of Aruba.
On the next edition of the show, Mr. Walter goes into further details as to why he projects 2014 to be a good one, financially speaking, for the island. The director of CMB will discuss the public sector, Aruba's workforce, and the infrastructure developments. In other local news, Oranjestad took one step closer over the weekend in being a better developed area. The courthouse on J.G. Amon Street is opened. An official opening ceremony took place on Friday for the courthouse. The president for the Supreme Court of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, the president of the parliament, the prime minister, to name a few, along with others, attended the ceremony. The new building has additional security, technological advancements. For one, their sound system has been upgraded, as well the decor has been revamped. The walls have local artwork featuring flora and fauna hanging on them. The Common Court of Justice celebrates its 145-year anniversary. There is no better way to celebrate this than to open a state-of-the-art facility that cannot be compared in the Dutch Caribbean. The old infrastructure has been restored to express modern architecture. The newly opened courthouse fits the vision the government has for Oranjestad. The president of the Common Court of Justice says justice has to be central, visible, and accessible to the society. The building is now the first instance courthouse and the courthouse for appeal. The construction overall took 6 years. The employees who were stationed at the temporary courthouse in Waiaka have been relocated to the new location. Aruba's National Library has an effective partnership with many universities in the United States. Speakers are invited all year round to instill knowledge on the librarians, staff, and general public. This week, an expert in short video production is on the island to discuss how to string information, visual, and sound together for viewers to understand. Claudia Dold and Ronnie Alders says the collaboration Aruba's National Library has with the universities in the United States is a partnership where both parties benefit from.
I think it's extremely important for Aruba to collaborate with a broader international university community. We all have the same problems. Some of us need different solutions, but we can learn from each other. So I think it's intellectual collaboration in the very best manner.
Claudia is an assistant university librarian who specializes in creating short 2 to 5 minute videos. Students and the general public who goes in and out of those libraries are able to watch the videos and learn what the facility has to offer. Mr. Alders says by Aruba's librarians and staff understanding how to create more effective short videos to be used in their library will ultimately benefit the Aruban community.
Well, first of all, I think we will have more cooperation between the other American universities, and also the public and the students will have a better idea on what we have to offer in the library with these film footages. For example, we can make a video for children and show the children and their parents that we have new books in Dutch, in the Dutch language, in the English language, and the Spanish language, and Papiamento language.
On that note, we will be right back. Take a look to see what is coming up next. Welcome back from the break. We are often told that the more colors we have on our plate, the better balanced that meal will be. Well, when it comes to fruits and vegetables, the lighter the color may be even better. There is the misconception that the more colorful your produce is, the healthier. But winter white fruits and vegetables that are pale in color are also packed with healthy nutrients. These include white potatoes, cauliflower, turnips, onions, garlic, and even parsnips. Offers plenty of vitamins and nutrients. They also have compounds that helps to fight cancer, heart disease, and keeps your blood pressure in check as well as cholesterol levels. Potatoes get a bad rep, but the vegetable itself is healthy. It's the things we put on them that makes it unhealthy. White potatoes are virtually fat-free. They are also a great source of vitamin C and great source of potassium, which lowers blood pressure levels. Garlic contains a compound that has been shown to combat prostate and reduce the risk of prostate and stomach cancer. Onions have nutrients as well that help with digestion. Also, it's not only an apple a day that helps to reduce the risk of stroke, but fruits pale in color, such as pears, also do the job. There are signs that indicate when you are stressed. Stomach aches is one of them. The brain's nervous system is actually linked to the guts, so mental stress can wreak havoc on your GI tract. Hair loss is another indication. Roughly 3 to 6 months after a major stressful ordeal like getting axed from a job or ending a big relationship, you might notice more hair on your brush or in the drain than usual. Shedding around 100 strands a day is actually considered normal. Now, if your eyelids are twitching, that's another sign that you are stressed. These annoying muscle spasms typically occur around one eye and last for a few minutes. Stress is one of the eyelid twitching's most common causes, though doctors aren't quite sure why. And do you want a better sex life? Well, there are a few food items you should avoid. If your sex drive is not where you want it to be, then you should eat better. An abundance of sugar and carbs in our daily diet raises the blood glucose level, which leads to fatigue, tiredness, and a lower sex drive. For one, quit with the sodas, especially diet drinks. You may get a temporary caffeine boost, but you will feel totally unmotivated soon after when the buzz quickly subsides. Also, stay away from mixed alcoholic drinks. Sugary mixed drinks leads to an increased waist size and will kill your libido. More foods to stay away from, if you want a better sex life, are burgers and hot dogs. Not only are they composed of low-grade meats with higher chemical content, but they also lead to high rates of inflammation, which can make your hormones go out of whack. Furthermore, as we know, French fries are totally addictive. One handful can easily become 2 or 3 in a blink of an eye. Fried foods are loaded with trans fat, which will kill your sex drive. Furthermore, trans fat have been shown to lower sperm quality, which could lead to infertility. And on that note, we will be right back. Stay with us. This coming Saturday, January 25th, is Batiko Day. The Historical Museum of Aruba is hosting a special one-of-a-kind expo. The artists behind the display are not only between 7 to 16 years old, but they are assigned with a mission, and that is to investigate more about their family heritage. The pieces you will see at this expo on Saturday will be priceless and filled with sentimental value, seeing as the pieces comes from the children's homes. The purpose of the Historical Museum Expo, set to be held Saturday, is to encourage children to be more active with the museum. Zahira and Valerie say they are trying to gauge the interest of children.
It's a project we did with kids in our community. As a museum, since last year, we have new objectives for the museum, and one of them is to bring the public closer to the museum, to our activities. We want them involved in what we do. So, and the main group in that for us for now is the youth, the kids in our community. We noticed during the years that kids do visit us, they're interested in the museum, but they're not really connected with what we're presenting in our basic exhibition because, yeah, well, they're not from the times of whatever we're showing to the public. So what we did is we wanted to make that connection for them by having them go investigate their own history, their own heritage.
Children are willing to learn and be involved with the museum as long as the information provided to them are intriguing.
The reason why it's so important to have the kids connected to the museum is because it is a fact that in local schools very little local history is being taught, and seeing the importance of knowing your heritage, knowing that you need to safeguard it. That's our main objective at the museum. This is what we do at the museum. It's very important for us to make it sustainable, make it, give it longevity, because we are doing it now, but we need to make sure that the future generations will also keep that as the main objective, not only for our museum, but for our community.
20 special agents in total have been chosen for the expo. The children have been asked to bring in the oldest object in their house that is symbolic and has sentimental value. The idea here is for the children to recognize the importance of their heritage. Children should ask more questions at home about their family history.
If you ask your grandmother or a great aunt, what is this clay pot? What is our oldest object? And not only what is it, what did it mean? Why did they use it? And why was it so important? An object like that normally would be in a corner of a garden, you would realize the importance of saving it, and not only saving it, but keeping it in a pristine condition. And this is what we are trying to teach the kids, to have a good knowledge of where they came from and preserving their heritage.
Valerie gave the children a very personal example of hers to help them understand the purpose of their mission.
I have a sewing machine. It's something very simple. And it's because of my great-great-grandmother, because she had a sewing machine. And if she never maybe bought a sewing machine, my aunt never would have bought one and started sewing her own dresses, and my mom wouldn't have done that. So it's something extremely simple that a couple of 100 years ago, someone made that decision, and it affects me and my children because I fix their clothes and I do that. So it's something extremely personal that I use as an example for them to use to start searching for them. What makes you who you are today? Because it's decisions that people had made in the past that brings you to the point that you are today.
The expo will launch Saturday, January 25th on Batiko Day. This will take place at Fort Zeltman from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are asking for a 1 florin admission contribution from children for entrance and 2 florins from adults. That is our show for today. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here with a brand new edition on the show on Wednesday night, starting at 7:15 p.m. right here on Channel 15 ATV. We'll see you then.